Traveling to Laos, it's all about the unexpected delights. My legs are shaking a bit. I'm making content. Let's get up and explore. Good morning from the Sabadi guest house. We are in Laos, and today is the second day of our 3-day motorbike trip, the Thakhek Loop. And today is all about the hidden wonders of this great country here on the western side of the country. It's off-beaten path gems and unique adventures. Let's get going. Everybody knows Thailand and on the other side Vietnam, but sandwiched right between the two is Laos with so much to offer. And today we're gonna touch a little bit on that, taking a dip in a cool pool, exploring a dragon cave, and relaxing by the river. I'm happy I got rolling early this morning. I think I left the Sabadi guest house around 8:15, much earlier than yesterday. The lighting is just spectacular this time of day. After leaving the guest house, you're gonna go over that big bridge heading north through a national forest. Before you get to the northern end of the Thakhek Loop, you're gonna come across these Buddhas here. There's about 4 to 6 of them etched into the sandstone here in these cliffs on the side of the road. And over this way, do you see him? There's a reclining Buddha there, and you got this big guy right here, that big Buddha, the face right there. Guys, this is just a serene reminder of the cultural richness Laos has to offer. Coffee? Not bad. I stopped at this roadside place to get what I think is a coffee. We're at the northern end now. We're gonna turn left and we're gonna do the northern leg. We're in this little village of Lac Sao, and right there, see those mountains? We're gonna turn left right before those mountains. It should be stunning, so buckle up. We're heading for the Dragon Cave. We have entered the Dragon Cave. The price, 50,000 kip. And it includes, of course, this cave, but also on the other side, what promises to be a beautiful hike out to the top and this viewpoint. You have to be a truly short person to be able to come through here and do it standing up. Watch your head, I'm crouched down. It opens up here, and as you would expect inside a cave, it is super cool. In addition to having fun, you are definitely getting a workout in here. You'll get your steps in for the day. You climb out of the cave, follow the light, and it's opening up here. There are some technical bits coming up. I just passed a rock section where you need to make sure you have a firm grip and a firm footing. Now I'm on these stairs here that are steep, and what a way to explore a new country. Instead of buzzing around a city center and eating street food, we've got nature all around us. Hey, look who it is. From the water to the high viewpoints. Wow, this is cool. And it's warm up here, high contrast from the coolness that we had inside the cave. This platform is small, yes it is, but once you get up here, you're served up a 360-degree panoramic view of the mountains up here on the northern end of the Thakhek Loop, and it kind of makes the climb worth it, and for sure the cave is definitely worth it as well. If you're enjoying the video content so far today, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also, if you want to see future videos similar to this one, make sure you're subscribed. Click that subscribe button down below. It is super well organized, the hike up and down, going through the caves on the way up, and then coming down a different trail. That's quite interesting. My only bit of warning is maybe in the rainy months you wouldn't want to do that hike because it'd be muddy and slippery. But if you come with the right shoes, you could get by, it'd be no problem. There are plenty of handrails and cables to hold on to on your way up and on your way down. Hi! Wabadi. There were some eating options back there at the cave, the Dragon Cave, but I found a more local place here, and it's great because as soon as I sat down, I have about 10 people looking at me as if I just landed from Mars. I'm sure the food's gonna be great. This is hearty, filling, just what you want after a day on a motorbike. There's no menu in English, You have to do Google Translate Lao, but it's all worth it because at the end you get a good plate of deliciousness. These girls are funny. Oh, they made the lunch even sweeter. Bye! Traveling to Laos and indeed on the Thakhek Loop, it's all about the unexpected delights. So happy I stopped at that little lunch place back there. Some people may have been kind of scared off by kind of the grungy looking aspect, but the people were so sweet and the food was delicious. Oh, I'm loving the adventure of this loop. Look at the mountains. Oh, this is cold. It lives up to its name, the cool pool. But when you're traveling around on the Thakhek Loop and it's hot, it's steamy out there. This is perfect. Get on some of those rocks, jump off, enjoy it. This is part of the adventure of the loop. Sometimes you get these rough road conditions, trucks going by, dust being kicked up, but man, it's stunning out here. I'm being passed by a big truck. We have made it to the Spring River Resort after a long day of driving. This place is awesome. We are really in the jungle here, and right up this way is a river too, hence the name Spring River. Sabida, Swabadi. I'll get it right one of these days. So this place is a relaxing stay on your journey. Highly recommended. Maybe a little bit expensive, but it's gonna be worth it. Actually, correction, this room is a bargain, and I'll explain the price on all the rooms I paid in this 3-day tour at the end of this video. I don't have my own private bathroom, and that helped with the price, but I'll get to all that later. For now, I'm just going to relax. Day 3 of our loop, and we're at the Khong Lor Cave. This is probably the biggest in all of Laos and definitely the most famous cave there is. And it's the reason I stayed last night at the Spring River Resort, to be close, to get in this cave early in the morning today. I have my guide with me and we're gonna get on our boat and go. We've donned our headlamps so we can see where we're going in here. The villagers discovered this cave many years ago, but it wasn't open to tourists like us until 2002. Oh, and it's cool and crisp in here. Loving it already. Okay, this is another world in here. Are we getting out? Okay. Wow, this is something else. It's all lit up inside here. Huge cavern. Let's get up and explore. This is a massive underground world, and my guide was just telling me that him and the locals, they get off this path and they're able to hike for like another kilometer out through those caverns and little caves and nooks. And he says maybe in the future years they'll have it developed so we tourists can come and enjoy it as well. This is so spectacular, cruising along on the boat within this cave. He said it's something like 6 kilometers in total. It's a great way to relax after you've hiked around and seen the formations of the rocks. It's a great way to relax, get back on the boat. The price I'm paying is 150 kip. That's single person price. If you're 2 people, I think it's around 250 total. So you get a bit of a bargain each person. But my guide speaks English. I'm enjoying a little solo traveling here through the cave. Yeah, this is Laos. And we're out, back, eyes open, eyes wide open. The sunlight after the darkness of the cave, where all we could hear was the hum of the motor, the bats flying along and the water splashing next to the boat. Now we're back out to the green of the nature. We got some buffalo over here playing around. This is rural Laos. This is part of the Thakhek Loop that you really have to get in and enjoy, and I think this is probably one of the #1, or if not the #1 thing to do on the loop. Part of the tour, the U-turn of this boat tour through the cave, you stop at this little village here in Nakhon. You can rent bikes here. Also, you can shorten your loop and put your motorbike on one of the boats and have them bring your motorbike here if you want to go that option. But today we're gonna do, well, over these 3 days, we're doing the entire Thakhek Loop. And over here they sell some handicrafts. Some of the locals are presenting some things. So we'll explore here before we head back. I couldn't resist a little bit of Lao Cafe. Oh yeah. And we're back on our way again. Got the captain there. We're gonna head right through the cave, back the way we came, direct route, and just exploring this underworld one more time. It takes about 1 hour each direction. You got your little stop at the village, that's about 30 minutes if you want to get a coffee like I did, and just soak it all in. We're at the rock viewpoint, and yeah, we're about to go zip lining. This is gonna get scary real. All right, what do we do? That was insane. My legs are shaking a bit, but wow, what a view from out there. I didn't look down. What have I got myself into up here? This is quite an adventure, and really putting this loop, this 3-day loop up there with one of the best things you can do in your life. Probably don't want to be afraid of heights doing this, and I kind of am, maybe. I'm not a big fan of rock climbing, but I have 2 guides here and they're both shooting me with the video, so they're perfect today, and they're making it feel much more safer as well. It's quite relaxing. It's comfortable if you don't think about how far up you are. Yeah. Oh, the hits keep coming. Now we're on a netted walk with massive views. This is something quite stunning up here. The weather is perfect today too. Not too hot. Otherwise I'd be sweating bullets right now. Whoa, this is the viewpoint. For those who have the will, you can get up here to get this 360-degree panoramic view. A little bit of wind today makes it all the more thrilling. Zipping on those lines, walking on those nets and those bridges. I'm fortunate today I have 2 guides with me and just making me feel safe at every step along the way. To let you guys know, I'm putting out a regular email newsletter with all sorts of travel tips and hacks and things to do like this up here in Laos. There's a link to sign up for it down below. From here, we have about a 2-hour journey down the west side of the loop to Thakhek. There's a bit of an update. I had to rush down the western side to get back into Thakhek for the bus to get back over to Thailand, so I wasn't able to vlog much once I got back into Thakhek and dropped off my motorbike. Wang motorbike is a great place to rent because also he drove me to the bus terminal so I could get on this bus, the 4:30, the last bus to take me back over to Thailand. And that's something you should consider if you're planning this loop on that last day. Book your lodging here in Laos so you don't have to rush over to get to Thailand. I got a flight early tomorrow morning, so I needed to stay over there tonight. Now let's talk about, I want to talk about the length of the Thakhek Loop, but also how much you're going to pay for the lodging. First, the length. What do I recommend? Well, you can do it in 3 days, and actually that's what I would recommend to you. Do the eastern side up to the north and back down the west. The western side, everybody says it's busy. It's a long straight road. There's some spots with construction. You're definitely gonna get dusted in a few different spots, but it completes the loop, it completes the journey. The other option is doubling back after you do the zip line or after you do the Kong Lor cave. You could double back down the eastern side I think this would be a bit of a disappointment to be doubling back on yourself, but you can do that. You could do it in 3 days, but you can give yourself 4 or 5 days as well and see more sights along the way. Now, what did we pay for lodging? It was super cheap. It's inexpensive out here in the countryside of Laos, so you're gonna get away with quite a bargain. For Nana Bungalows, the place where I stayed the first night before beginning the loop, and if you haven't seen that video, go back and watch the previous video so you're getting all the information you need to do the loop. For that bungalow, I paid $19 US, plus the breakfast that I ate in the morning, plus the dinner I had at night when I arrived. Super sweet lady there, speaks English, no problem. It's a little bit outside of the center of town, but I think it's worth it, especially if you already have your motorbike or if you're gonna get her to rent your motorbike for you. The next night, the Sabadi Resort. Now that place, one of the charms of that place was getting there to be able to do the Sunset River cruise, also the bonfire and the bonding we all had around the fire that night, and the buffet they cooked for us. But that's also the downside. The food at the buffet was not great at all, and the rooms are very low budget. I had to switch rooms because my sink was leaking water from the sink. The second room had a lot of mosquitoes in it, and the shower didn't work properly. So that place has a great location. I would probably stay there again because I think it's the only sort of place that fits that location where you can also do the Sunset River cruise. So keep it in mind. The price, $9 US, so quite a bargain, even if it's not the greatest room and the greatest food, although breakfast was good. The last night, there on the river, the Spring River Resort, for that place I paid $19 US, again a bargain. And I had a garden view bungalow, shared bathroom, so you didn't have your own private bathroom. There was an area where there were toilets as well as showers, but all maintained quite well. Great location and a great place for you to begin the Cave River cruise the next morning, which was one of the highlights. I think the best thing of the 3 days of this trip was the zip lining. The climbing we did at the end of the trip, so cool up there. The guides were so great and so friendly and took plenty of videos for us to enjoy here on the channel. Overall, get yourself out here to the western side of Laos, do this loop, add it to your bucket list. Now watch this video next.